It is Saturday, February 3rd, 8 p.m., and you're joining live. And this is The Witcher 3, Episode 2, Blood and Wine, playthrough number 1. And of the playthrough of The Witcher 3, but I suspect it's not going to be over anytime soon. Because from what I understand, Blood and Wine is a huge expansion, much bigger than Hearts of Stone, and almost as big as the main game itself. So, but if I don't, got to do these videos if I'm going to get through it, because tomorrow I've got to go into work on the Sunday. We're working strange shifts, and really I need to be in bed by technically 9, but I could probably squeeze 9:30 because I've got a couple, a little bit of dishes to wash and some food right now in the Instant Pot cooking that needs to be served up. So I'm planning to make it at least an hour, but if I squeeze in an hour and a half, that'll be good. So I just have to kind of play it by feel. So let's continue. And one thing I haven't really explored from Hearts and Stone was the Runesmith. I think I upgraded. I paid for at least one upgrade, but I think he's requiring a second payment for a follow-up upgrade so I can craft rune words for my equipment. But I have a feeling I'm going to have to explore that mechanic to get to be formidable, I guess, in Blood and Wine. Not to say that I don't have decent runes right now on my equipment, because I'm pretty sure I do, but they're from the core game, and I'm not sure if that's going to carry over to Blood and Wine because it's higher level content. Hold up. All right, just had to check on the Instant Pot. I don't want it. I got some stuff pressure cooking over there, and I don't want that to explode. So as you can see here, we got new gear on. It's where is it? Yeah, the Viper armor, which was basically it was the gear that Geralt had in the very beginning of the game, but it's an upgraded version of it. Huh. I guess we're taking a trip over to Novigrad because I need to craft 2 swords, the 2 Viper swords that came in the expansion. So yeah, that's going to take a little bit of time, more than I thought. And I think I said on the last stream that I would do this off stream, but apparently I I forgot to do that.
Long live.
Hopefully I got the ingredients for it. The ingredients. I got my mind on cooking. Materials.
Greetings, Ibeer.
Greetings, Geralt. How might I be?
Listen.
All right. Let's see what we need for this sword. You know what? I don't think I can use it quite yet. I think I need to level up at least one level. Yeah. Dark steel ingot. Huh. There we go. Gonna make a sword. That's what I need, another sword in my inventory. We're gonna have to fix that. We're gonna have to part ways with the set. Viper venomous steel. Bam. Now we need Viper venomous silver. Or do we already have that? I think I...
So long.
Yeah, one of the Viper swords has a crafting recipe. Well, there it is right there. I thought it said level 40, but it says I can use it now at level 39. Oh well. Let's make a beeline for our stash. And we'll move forward with the game. We're gonna part ways with the feline gear because I'm a little partial to the way the wolf armor looks. Feline silver, woven silver. Transfer the feline. Transfer the feline. Steel sword. We don't really need the ornate robe. Feline. The ass ears. Iris the Steel Sword. That is... that's a reward that I got. So I might hold on to that one. Just to mess around with it. Yeah, here we go. Axie, Igni, and Ard. What do we have here? I just remembered something. I can craft greater runestones, and I need to because I've got 2%ers and 5%ers in my inventory. You know, this fire stream, it's okay. From what I've seen, it's not like the best thing ever. You know what? I'm not going to worry about that too much right now.
Greetings, Ibeer.
Greetings, Geralt. How might I be of help?
Listen, would you...
Upgrades. Okay, so I can make lessers greater. So I can't make greater. I can't make greater glyphs, I don't think.
So long.
But I tell you what, now it pays to pretty much have all my runes in my inventory.
I doubt her man will ever be sober.
What do you see? You know, lollygagging. God, let even you back to the holiday.
Alright, this is kind of tedious, man. One. Two. Three. Crap. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. 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 That's it. So now I'm gonna quick travel back to damn, I can't even think of his name. He's the Rune Right. I'm gonna quick travel to the Rune Right. And in the meantime, I'm gonna check on the Instant Pot. Upper middle, here we are. All right. can this guy
The
do?
world's never-ending creation be praised.
I've got the coin, but
Grab
it's going to
something
break
for
me.
would you?
But it might be worth. Let's see what he has. You know, am I missing something here? It seems like to even learn how to make glyphs, I had to go buy a recipe from a blacksmith. And maybe I can't make greater glyphs yet until I get into the new content. I'm just throwing that out there. You know what? I might as well pay him the gold. I mean, it's... You know... I might be hating myself because I'll probably go to... what is it? Beauclair? Or what's the name of the place in Blood and Wine? Tucson. I'll probably go to Tucson, and the next thing I know, I was like, hey, look at all these... greater glyph recipes that I can't buy now because I use my gold. Oh well.
Got a bit more coin for you. Better be all you need.
For tools it is enough, but ingredients rare also I require.
Nope, not gonna happen. Now let me see what my coins bought.
Yeah. So what does this do?
Now have I all I require.
Sure about that?
My running costs to cover small sums will suffice, and no more rare stones do I need.
Almost too good to be true.
A cask of wine from the homeland I have. Our mutual success we should toast. Your health. For your aid, I thank you. My newest creations to examine you may wish. Invited you are to do so.
Let's see what he's
Wouldn't mind
got
a
for
glance
sale
at what
now.
you got.
Yo, look at this. Greater. Yep. And now I don't have any gold. Ard Igni Axi. Yeah, I can't. I'm done. I'm done. Oh well. Now I guess I need to look into farming in this game because I'm completely broke. And he doesn't have that much gold to spare either as a vendor. There's my greater glyph of Ard.
Thanks. So long.
The world's never ending.
Craft something for me, would you?
Dumplings.
Northern Realms.
Oh, yes. Nordlings, however. And bandits, that.
Yeah, that's...
Thanks. So long.
Alright. Get on with it, man. Get on with it. Let me deck out my new gear, though. So... I need Axii, Igni, and Ard. Igni. Where's Axii? And why do I... Alright. And then... Boots, I have Quinn. Leggings, I have Quinn and Yrden. And gloves, I have Ard. We'll put Yrden on the boots, and I guess Quinn. And gloves. And now alright, we need, on our silver sword, we need Strybog, Zoria, and Divana. Strybog, Divana, and we need Zoria. Greater Zoria if we got it. Here's Zoria. Steel, we need Dazbog, Triglav, Marana. Dazbog, Triglav, Marana. Dazbog. Triglav, Marana. Now I'm looking for Triglav. Triglav, whatever you... Okay, so it's done. There we go. Let us roll. Envoys and Wine Boys. Meet the knights from Toussaint and Holloway. Where the hell is Holloway? Okay. I didn't know that's where Holloway was, but let's make a beeline for Holloway. Waiting for the instant pot to natural release is taking a little bit longer than expected. Oh well, oh well, oh well.
You have suffered enough, Planter. Enough rape. Fear not, for we shall spill only the blood of outlaws. You will grant liberation.
So what happened? Yeah, this is different now, man. When I was here earlier in the game, there was a bunch of workers here, forced laborers.
Geralt of Rivia.
Ha! Sit with us, Witcher.
Found your message on a notice board.
You see, Palmerin? I told you. The Griffin at White Orchard. I knew that were we only to follow the tracks of its slayer, we would in the end find Geralt.
Milton de Peyrac Peyrin and Palmerin de Lawnful. Good to see you both. Been years.
Be assured, we share your joy.
You must forgive us our surroundings. When we pledged to place the village under our protection, the village elder gave us this hut as our lodgings. He swore it is the best hut in the village.
Get involved in some squabble?
We discovered that in retreating, the Redanian garrison had left this land still is at the mercy of numerous plagues. A tyranny of bandits, the most onerous among them. These plunderers shall soon descend on this village to collect tribute. Milton and I will dissuade them.
We are both sworn to fight injustice and oppression wherever they rear their heads. The matter does not concern you, of course, but do us the kindness of waiting. Once we have dealt with these marauders, we have a matter we must present to you.
No point fighting bandits. Kill these and others just as bad or possibly worse will come in to fill the void.
To cast a blind eye upon the evil. There is no honor in it.
Can't stay here to protect these folk from the dangers that come their way daily. Saw what I saw. Heard them urge you to leave these raiders alone. Must have good reason to do that.
Do you suggest that should we help, we assume responsibility for their fate, for their lives? This burden we cannot agree to bear.
Geralt speaks wisely. We know neither this land, nor its peoples, nor its customs. And we have come with another duty altogether.
Ah, how I long to return to Toussaint, where all is simpler.
Soon, my friend, soon. First, let us convey our missive to Geralt in the manner tradition ordains.
Peasants will be fine, Palmerin. Been dealing with bandits for generations.
Your words do little to assuage my sense of morality bruised.
So fess up. What brings you such a long way?
We are to deliver Her Grace the Duchess's message in full, with all due ceremony. For tradition
is sacred in Toussaint. All right, fine.
Most honorable Geralt, slayer of monsters and all evils nefarious, which prey on the defenseless of this world. Whereas never have you been known to deny help to the innocent, nor leave widows and orphans to fates undeserved. Answer you now our present summons. Free us from the beast which floods our streets with blood, and sows panic in the hearts of rich and poor alike. Come to our aid, Witcher. Thus humbly beseeches you the Star-Crossed City's most gracious protectress, Her Illustrious Highness, Duchess Anna Henrietta.
Shall you answer her call?
Anna Henrietta really say all that? Word for word?
Well, in point of fact, she said, bring me the Witcher and dare not spare your horses. Only make certain this time he comes alone. The Ducal Chamberlain added the rest. You know how it is.
Yeah, I remember.
I might add, be it unofficially, that a hefty reward awaits. Yet the specifics you will need to verify with Her Illustrious Highness.
Might be the most fervent request that I take a contract ever. And the most polite. And now we've got all that behind us. I want to hear more about this beast. Some kind of monster? Just guessing.
Most assuredly, though no one has caught a good look at it as yet. Our only sure witnesses. The bodies massacred in a brutal, horrid manner.
Look, some sketches drafted from descriptions given by those who claim they glimpsed the beast. Each quite different. To my mind, these witnesses lie.
How many victims so far?
2. When Her Grace learnt of the second, she discharged us immediately to fetch you, promising grants of land and fortunes in gold, should you answer her summons.
An ill wind blows, Geralt. The beast cannot be tracked. Folks say it wields black magic. Also, both victims were nobly born, and the start of a tourney draws near.
Beast wields black magic? What makes you say so?
The first victim vanished between bites at a feast. Of the feast-goers, none noticed this. They saw but an open window, then heard desperate cries from the street below, where a corpse had just been found.
The second killing, similar. A night in a locked room. Servants all about the house. Guards all around the estate. Yet the beast somehow got him out, dragged him to the town square, and killed him there. No one saw, nor heard a thing.
We have no fear of creatures against which sword and shield protect. But of this beast, nothing is known. Save that it cannot be traced, kills effortlessly, and with no rhyme or reason we can discern.
Anyone tried to hunt it? Knights errant, for example?
Ha! Many have tried. Baiting, waiting in ambush, but to no avail.
The beast is clever. It evades all traps and attacks of a sudden. It is like a ghost.
An experienced tracker. This is what we need, with knowledge of monsters. In short, we need you.
Mentioned a tourney. Why doesn't the Duchess just call it off?
Simply, it is too late. The guests have arrived. The best knights of all lands, relatives of the Emperor. The beast could be a threat to others, not just to Her Grace's subjects.
Got it. Before an aristocrat dies, at best it's a scandal. At worst, a diplomatic incident. I sometimes think back to all the contracts I've ever taken from sovereigns. Can't name hardly any where I came out ahead.
You cannot be thinking to refuse.
No. Just struck by a thought. How the Duchess can sometimes be... demanding.
So you accept the contract. Excellent!
We must set off at once. We long wanted this land searching for you. Yet time is of the essence.
Ready to go, soon as you're packed.
Ha! Then post haste to Toussaint.
To Toussaint!
Toussaint! Cool horse armor. Very unique and different. Characteristically different from what we've been seeing in the northern realms. Investigate the story of Professor Moreau to unlock... I missed that.
Toussaint, the land of love and wine.
Exactly how I remembered it.
Wow, dude.
You will find Beauclair has changed some these past years.
Walk about when you have the chance. You will see for yourself.
To me, place always seemed straight out of a fairy tale. Knights errant, elven palaces.
You insinuate that we are somehow odd? I shall prove you wrong. This I pledge on the Heron.
The Heron? Oh, shit. Really? What a way to start out a freaking expansion. Defeat the giant, the beast of Toussaint. I'm looking for envoys and wine boys. No sooner had Geralt arrived in Toussaint than he got his first taste of the local color. As he was clip-clopping along the high road, chit-chatting with Milton and Palmerin, a most unusual sight unfolded before his eyes. Here was a knight with all the expected accoutrements, charging headlong at a windmill. The situation became clear a moment later when a giant strode from behind the windmill and charged right back at the knight. Before anyone could say only in Toussaint, the Witcher and all three knights were swinging away at the brute amidst the freshly crumbled ruins of the mill and a herd of panic-stricken sheep. I got the summons from Henry Henrietta. Henrietta, excuse me, not Henry Henrietta. Where the hell are they? There they are. Oh, that's exactly what he read.
For my lady.
Anna Henrietta, if this world has ever known a ruler who enjoyed the absolute admiration of her subjects without the need for systematic repression or particularly cruel hangman, it was, without a doubt, the sovereign of Toussaint, Duchess Anna Henrietta. Called Anna Henrietta by those who knew her well, she was the widow of the late lamented Duke Raymond and one-time lover of a very famous and talented artist who would prefer to remain anonymous. Let me guess, Dandelion. A few years prior, when the Witcher and a band of friends were visiting Toussaint, Anna Henrietta had had the pleasure of meeting Geralt of Rivia when a mysterious beast began attacking her courtiers. The Duchess thus knew exactly whom to summon. Milton de Parac Baron was a baron from Toussaint and a member of Anna Henrietta's inner circle of knights. This good-humored nobleman never met an overloaded banquet table he failed to unload of its burdens, yet nor did he ever shirk a fight against heavily armed bandits or any other enemies of the duchy. Geralt had met Milton years ago under very peculiar circumstances that deserve to be recounted properly, and at length their roads crossed again when Milton came to the Witcher as the Duchess's envoy, to ask our hero to journey with him to Toussaint, Palmerin de Lonfall. Not all knights errant in Toussaint were embodiments of virtue, but if I had to choose one among them who did personify their chivalric creed, it would be Palmerin de Lonfall. He is all the more admirable for the fact that years ago he was no stranger to the pleasures of eating, drinking, and making merry in a variety of fashions. With time, however, he abandoned vice and drew closer to the knightly ideal. Geralt realized this when Palmerin came to him as an envoy from Anna Henrietta. The old-fashioned, somewhat naive knight immediately made a good impression on him, for while he did take formalities and courtesies a tad too seriously, he was anything but pompous and grandiose.
Guillaume, watch out! I'd kill a monster! All for one and one for all!
Put on some Ogroid oil, brother.
Big beast. Tackling it single-handed? None too wise.
Neither is love born of wisdom, Witcher. So, Guillaume, out with it. Which fair damsel inspired you to vow to kill that filth?
The most beautiful among them.
If he wishes to guard her name a secret, he need not reveal it.
You I do not know, sir, nor seem you a knight, yet still I am profoundly grateful, nay, indebted to you for your succor. This trophy, sir, is yours.
A giant this close to human settlements? Strange.
Well, that was no ordinary giant. His name was Goliath, rumored to have been a knight once, but one who broke his vows. For this, the Lady of the Lake transformed him into a wild giant and banished him into the Gorgon Hills.
So he came back down? Why?
Several times each year, hunger chased him into the lowlands. Goliath had killed and devoured many shepherds. Guillaume's hunt served a noble cause. At any rate, it's a tale for more agreeable environs.
I'll take the trophy. Why not? Could find someone who'll pay to buy it. Put up a good fight against the giant. Got experience battling monsters?
None. In Toussaint, we mostly chase bandits. But I vowed I'd bring my heart's champion the head of a monstrosity, as the famed Gottfried, known as the Giant Killer, did.
You don't mean to hunt the beast, I hope. The matter's best left to Geralt.
Another challenge awaits me. Yet if Geralt is to hunt the beast, he ought to know. It struck again. The river surrendered a corpse. It washed up in the meander by the cockatrice. Damien Delatour's guardsmen are there already, securing the area.
Securing the area? Better go there now before they trample any tracks, manhandle any evidence.
Set forth then. I shall ride for the city to inform her gracious magnificence that Geralt has arrived. We'll meet later, near Guillaume's tent at the Tourney grounds. I shall take you then to see her grace.
We have a Goliath trophy. %15 bonus gold or 5% bonus experience from monsters. Right now, I need the gold. The Beast of Beauclair. Eyewitnesses to the gruesome monster attacks always have a hard time describing the creature in question. The beasts move quickly and often attack at night, while the witnesses are terrified and primarily concerned with fleeing for their lives. As a result, witchers quite often have no inkling what creature they face until they find tracks or otherwise establish something for themselves. Such was the case with the beast tormenting Beauclair. Geralt knew it was deadly, elusive, and fiendishly clever. Everything else he heard was clearly the product of imaginations fed by fear of a dangerous predator. Goliath. According to legend, Goliath had once been a knight who violated his vows, for which he was punished by the Lady of the Lake. Transformed into a giant, he fled into the mountains and would only descend to the inhabited lowlands when hunger forced him to it. There's no knowing how much truth lies in that legend, yet it is incontrovertible fact that this dangerous giant gobbled up shepherds and sheep alike, and was so widely feared, governess used him to scare children into eating their vegetables. Though he came across as a wild and thinking beast, Goliath used simple tools, and any item could turn into a deadly weapon in his powerful hands. When fighting Geralt, Goliath wielded a millstone, making his every blow truly crushing. Luckily, Geralt already had some experience slaying giants and made quick work of Goliath as well. With the much appreciated help of 3 knights, Milton de Barac de Perron, Balmerin de Lonfall, and Guillaume de Lonfall. Guillaume de Lonfall. Guillaume de Lonfall was the very model of a knight-errant, the placard boy for Toussaint, if you will. When Geralt first met the young man, he was valiantly tilting at a windmill, which, to be fair, turned out to be hiding a ferocious giant. Follow Milton to the place where the body was found. At long last, the giant lay defeated, and the men who had vanquished it could make their introductions, then engage in the kind of conversation that often happens over a fresh monster corpse. The young giant slayer gave the 3 arrivals fresh tidings. The beast had struck again. The body of its most recent victim now lay on a riverbank nearby. Geralt decided he needed to see it and explore the crime scene, while Milton thought it both wise and courteous to accompany the Witcher. Let's take a look at this world map that we're in. Wow. Yeah, this is pretty big, man. Toussaint.
Such good fortune you found us.
Brave kid, Guillaume.
Balmerin oversaw his upbringing. Guillaume is his kin.
Mutations in Grandmaster Witcher gear. In Blood and Wine, you can undergo additional Witcher mutations to unlock new capabilities. Soon you will run into a messenger who will deliver a very interesting letter. Read it and investigate the story of Professor Moreau to learn more about these mutations. They say that a master craftsman lives in Tucson who can craft Witcher gear of unequal quality. What's more, you receive special bonuses for wearing all or part of a set of this extraordinary equipment. You will not regret investigating these new options. Cool.
The white wolf himself.
Let's go. Can't get used to the way you knights talk, especially how you switch back and forth between flowery and, well, near normal.
We are knights errant, in the service of her gracious magnificence. When we appear in her name or speak on her behalf, we are bound by tradition. No one here. They must have removed the body already.
Let's look around. Make sure they didn't miss anything. Hobnailed boots, multiple sets of prints. Ducal guard, clearly. Let's see where they went. Walked along the shoreline.
Perhaps the body lay on the bank.
Got guests.
For the glory of her grace, I shall make plenty of you!
Drawn here by the smell of blood. Let's keep looking. Anything taken by the current ends up in these shallows.
Yes, the stench is fierce.
Only blood-soaked scraps left of the victim's clothing. Good quality cloth.
A wealthy victim, correct?
Looks it. Blood. Guardsmen pulled these nets out of the water, then cut the mutilated body free. Gonna dive in, make sure they didn't miss anything. Only blood-soaked scraps left of the victim's clothing. Good quality cloth.
A wealthy victim, correct?
Looks it. Junk that came down the river.
We must keep searching.
Junk, junk, and more junk.
Use your Witcher sense to search the riverbank for signs of the garden.
Look at the rut. Guardsmen left this site by boat recently. Probably to transport the body somewhere. Silk kerchief, monogrammed DLC. A noble's accessory, clearly. Be nice to know where they took the corpse.
What now?
This isn't the site of the murder. We know that. Current brought the body here. Corpse got caught in the nets. Guardsmen pulled it out, put it in a boat and took it somewhere. Need to find out where. I'd like to look at the corpse before it starts to decompose.
The inn. Its patrons must have seen the guardsmen. Which direction they took. We should ask there.
Seems we've got ourselves an audience.
You think this surprising? The locals will tell the children of children they do not have yet. Of the day a quartered corpse was pulled from the river.
One thing. Found a handkerchief in the water. Monogrammed DLC. Mean anything to you?
Delacroix? It cannot be. Was it he the beast slew?
Seems so. Knew him well?
Long past. We were close friends once, but our paths diverged. He was a man of extremes, standing by his companions no matter the odds, fighting his foes to the bitter end.
Foes?
But I do not see what that has to do with the beast. Ah, Geralt, you've struck a raw nerve. Memories of a time long past, to which I'd rather not return now.
I understand. We can talk later. Let's go to the tavern.
I shall have to leave you soon. Return to court.
Barely got back to Toussaint.
A knight in the service of Her Illustrious Highness knows no rest. In fact, I feared I would return too late to fulfill my duty. Yet it seems I've arrived in the nick of time. Once you have finished examining the corpse, be sure to report to Anarietta.
Anarietta?
Her Grace, the Duchess. I forget myself at times. We address each other by our first names in private. Never in Pomrin's presence, however. He finds such familiarity offensive.
Don't Crowd around.
A watering hole for traders, smugglers, boatmen. But you will find no better crayfish chowder in all Toussaint.
Still to bust your bum?
They say her grace has called in someone to tend to the beast. A killer from the north, they say.
What? With no lads brave enough?
Of course we have. Bravery's not enough against the beast.
Is there not too dear either?
Ours. That cause.
By my troth, could that be the musty scent of fresh pate?
Naught else, Sir de Peyrac Peyran. I see time has not dulled your senses.
We would be honored if you would join us. Your companion as well.
But why do I not detect even a whiff of crayfish chowder?
No soup today, on account of there being no crayfish. I reckon you've not heard, but all I caught was a corpse. I awoke at the crack of dawn, as I do each day, but when I looked up, I beheld a blood-red sky.
This corpse is precisely why we're here. For the man whom you've invited to join you at the table was summoned from a far-off land by her gracious magnificence. He is tasked with tracking and killing the beast.
We invited two men to join us, yet since Sir de Peyrac Peyran in temperament is more akin to hare than hound, I surmise the other is the hunter. With whom do we have the pleasure?
Name's Geralt.
A humble introduction. You've clearly not tarried long with Sir de Peyrac Peyran.
Spare us the petty insults. Geralt is a master of the witchering trade. He has questions concerning the beast's last victim.
I was the one to find the corpse. The sun had just risen when I awoke, sat straight up in my bed, looked out the window, and beheld a sky red as blood.
Ask Geralt, please, for we shall be here till winter.
Must have been early in the morning. Went to check your nets and then...
I stepped out of my hut and saw...
By my troth, to the point, man. You found a body ensnared in your crayfish nets. We know this already. What happened then? Did you see anyone nearby? Did you spy anything noteworthy? Anything at all?
Not a soul around, just me. As for noteworthy... well...
What did you see? But be warned, if I hear the sky was red again...
I saw a head bobbing, eyes bulging, the tongue blue and popped out. Next to it, a hand rocking upon the water.
Get a good look at the body parts?
They gave me such a fright. I bolted to town, fast as my legs would take me, then returned with guardsmen who told me to keep out of their way. They had a hard hold. The parts were so tangled up in my nets, they were forced to cut them.
Need to examine the body. Know where they took it?
They ferried it across, then loaded it on a cart and hauled it to a cellar at Corvo Bianco to keep it cool, see?
What?
Is that Yennefer?
Corvo Bianco is Baron Russell's estate. When he learns they've turned his cellar into a morgue, he'll set his hounds on them.
While you were gallivanting about the north, his vineyard was auctioned off.
Who was that? Woman who just left. Didn't see her before. Didn't notice her walk in either.
Doubtless Linnis, the innkeep's daughter. But hold, Geralt, because this is an outrage. Roselle's vineyard was auctioned off? Inconceivable.
It is no secret the Baron had gambling debts up to his ears. It finally came time to collect. His creditors auctioned off his property. The Ducal Chancellery bought it, in fact. Roselle now bunks with his brother in Vicofaro.
I told Roselle he'd get his comeuppance. How long can one draw on past heroics? His creditors must finally have defined that his promises meant nothing.
Such are the times. Today's knights are pale shadows of the heroes of yore.
It's true what they say. God sent the beast to punish us for straying from the old paths.
So folk think the beast's divine punishment.
Knights have turned their backs on the old customs. Where they were defenders of the duchy, they're now defenders of their own tushes.
Why, you insolent...
Let him talk.
The Duchess trades in titles, grants honors to Iltuis. We've strayed from the path of virtue, lost the gods' favor, so the gods sent retribution.
Don't listen to that nonsense, Geralt. It's rehashed street preacher codsworth.
Yes, the rebel rousers have been sprouting up like weeds lately, each offering the same bill of goods.
They say anything else about the beast? Besides it being a messenger of the gods?
The Toussaintois are no fools. They see clearly the beast kills on days honoring patron saints.
Icky monster. Thanks for the hospitality. Time I examined the corpse.
Corvo Bianco lies a short way from here, near the tourney grounds. Just follow the road and you'll arrive.
Not coming with? Oh yeah, duty of some sort calls.
Some sort? Her Grace bestowed a great honor on me, even before we departed for Velen. I'm to play the hare during this year's game in the Palace Gardens. When you see me in my costume, you will wet yourself laughing.
A little tempted to ask a few questions, but it sounds like a long, complicated story. One involving lengthy digressions into local history and tradition. So, see you later, Milton, and good luck.
There we go. We got our autosave, and I'm going to have to cut this off here. Really, really cool intro so far. I'm just digging the new area. And, like, you know, it's got its own culture, very different from what we've gotten used to playing this game in the Northern Realms. Geralt failed to find the victim's body on the riverbank. It seemed the ducal guard had removed it to the cool cellars of the Corvo Bianco estate. Ever the ferreter, however, Geralt did spot something the soldiers had overlooked. Based on the item, and with Milton's help, he established the identity of the beast's most recent victim, yet he failed to divine the species, genus, or family of the creature that had perpetrated the crime. Only an autopsy could help him do that, so Geralt set off for Corvo Bianco alone this time, as the duties at court had called Milton to the ducal palace. So we have a new creature called the Scurvers. Scurvers. Thought it was just a pile of rotten meat till it started to move. Thibaut from Beauclair. Scurvers are Rotfiend's larger cousins. The bodies of these hideous, vaguely humanoid creatures are covered with rotten scraps of flesh, under which lurk even more rotten muscles stretched around a strong, flexible skeleton. Scurvers which feed on old rotting corpses prefer to make their hunting grounds in abandoned torture sites, forgotten graveyards, and old battlefields. They are very aggressive, and though they feed on corpses, if they come across a living person, they are likely to attack. Thus, when wandering near any of the above-mentioned places, one must be especially cautious. Scurvers usually feed underground, but sometimes when they catch the scent of a human, they crawl out to the surface in a matter of seconds and attack their potential prey. While fighting them, one cannot afford to forget about their special bony spines, razor-sharp protuberances sticking out from their skeletons. When a Scurver is near death, the gases and enzymes gathered within its body cause it to explode, flinging these spines out at great speed, turning them into one last deadly weapon in their arsenal. To protect oneself against damage from these spines, one should make prodigious use of the Quinn sign. What else do we have? Goliath. We've already checked out Goliath, though. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, or whoever cares, we're going to call this stream tonight. It's roughly 9:16 p.m., February 3rd. I've got to get to bed. Got a little bit of cleaning up to do before I hit the sack, so I'm going to need a little bit of extra time. So, yeah, this is the introduction to the Blood and Wine, and this is going to be the wrap-up of episode number 2. Playthrough number 1 in Blood and Wine with Logical Excess. The next 4 days are working days, so I won't be streaming, but look for me, let's see, Thursday night, Friday night, somewhere in there. So I'll be streaming I can't say episode because this is technically episode 2, in The Witcher 3 story. So
Do you like it?
I'll be streaming number 2 on Thursday, Friday evening. So hope you guys have a good one. Peace.